Hey everyone, Josh here with a close-up look at a Star Wars toy. And today we're going to unbox Force Spirit Yoda from the Black Series line. So let's go ahead and get him out of here. But before we do that, let's just take a quick look at the packaging. And you can see they have some artwork of Yoda on here, and they gave it some blue highlights to match the coloring of the box. And then of course, this is a store exclusive, so there's no number on it. This was a Walmart store exclusive. And then, of course, on the back here, we have the character description, and I'll go ahead and read that for you guys real quick. Yoda, Force Spirit. Yoda was a legendary Jedi Master and stronger than most in his connection with the Force. Small in size, but wise and powerful. He trained Jedi for over 800 years, playing integral roles in the Clone Wars, the instruction of Luke Skywalker, and unlocking the path to immortality. All right, so that was a pretty good description of Yoda with quite a long career and in many of the films. So, and of course, we're all familiar with Yoda, and then how later the fact that he was able to become a spirit, a Force spirit. So let's get him out of here. And whoa, he just shot across the and then of course you see we have one accessory, and we'll pop that out real quick. It's at least in the packaging. I think I see some more on him, but we have the, of course, his walking stick. But just looking at Yoda here, you can see, you know, they have the robing on him that's kind of like a mesh material, and you can see through it. And then, of course, you can see he does have a belt here holding on, and it's kind of like they put a like purplish highlight on the belt. It's kind of interesting, at least paint-wise. And I'm trying to see if this belt is removable, because I just want to see, but it does not. I do not see any. Oh, okay, here we go. There is one little belt that he has here, and like I was saying, it's, I don't know how well it's coming across on camera. You can see it has like a purplish highlight tint to it that they painted it. And then if we look at Yoda, you can see here he does, the robe does come off. Wow, he has a lot of articulation too. So, there we go. All right. And then, yeah, okay. So he does have the lower part of his robing, you can see here. And I do not think it is meant to come off. They have it like tucked up under the articulation point on his chest here, or on his main body. So yeah, I'm not seeing that this bottom part's supposed to come off, and I don't really want to tug on it too hard because I don't see exactly how you're going to get it back in there. But you can see he has a little necklace that is, I'm not sure what it is, but it actually looks like it's hollow underneath. So you can kind of, it's just because it's a dark color, it's not really coming across on camera, but there's like a hole underneath. But real quick, since we have the robe off, let's run through the articulation. And again, you can see it's like his shirt's like a metallic purple color. So, but let's run through the articulation here. And yeah, this necklace does come off of him. It looks like you might have to work it around his ears a little bit. But just looking at his head here, you see we have not much articulation at all. I really can't get it to move. And then going down to his arm, you should have full rotation. Not a lot of up and down. And it's just really, it seems like the molding of his shoulder joint here is kind of like just the way they did it. It's like the wrinkling in his clothing is hitting the shoulder part. So that's like the extent of his up and down. Full rotation at the shoulder. You should have, okay, there's no other arm rotation, but there's up and down, and then you should have rotation at the hand. And that looks like it. There's no other wrist articulation. And then down here at the body, you have a rotation, full rotation, and a little wiggle back and forth. And then going down to his legs here, Okay, so you have a full backward, that's about all you get, and then forward, full swing, and then you have a little bit of rotation at the upper leg here, or at least there we go. It's a little bit stiff on me here, but there we go. And so you have rotation of the upper leg, and it looks like you have full rotation of the foot, and that is it for his articulation. And some of these, smaller characters, Yoda, Ewoks, Jawas, they don't have as much articulation just because the figures are a little smaller. And it's probably a little difficult to fit him in there. But real quick, let's look at his hand sculpts, and you can see they're they're pretty identical. It's like open fists, and he doesn't need a lightsaber as a spirit, so there's no lightsaber, just the cane or the walking stick. And just looking at what's also interesting, you can see they made him actually molded out of like this, it's not really clear, but it's like a whiter plastic, and then it really looks like they only painted the upper parts of his limbs, so the upper arm, and you can see it too here on the feet. The bottom part's like clear, not clear, but not painted, and then the paint job as you go up the leg, you can see, and that's to give the Force spirit effect. And then let's go ahead and see if we can get him re-robed here. And I don't really see anything special about the robe, but go ahead and put him back in here. And this is the technique that I have found works best for me when I'm trying to put cloth robing back on these guys. You just point the arms back, slide the robe on, and then they should swing right forward and be on there. So, and yeah, this is really little delicate material, so be careful with this. If you have this figure and you unbox it, it is, yeah, and I'm seeing like, I'm having trouble getting this sleeve on, but there's like a little tiny thread wrapped around his thumb. There we go. I was not wanting to pull the sleeve up on me here. And of course, this is a little figure, so we'll put him over here, but let's get the belt back on. I just want to look how the connection works for it. And it's kind of almost just your simple little belt buckle. You can see there's a little, underneath the pouch there's just a little loop and connector piece. So let's see how well this thing goes on here. And the tricky part is going to be getting the robe to sit nicely and put the belt on. So let's see how this goes. All right. It came off pretty easy. So hopefully it'll go on pretty easy here. All right. All right, I got it. Very good. And then you kind of, where the belt attaches is not really the center of the belt here. They hid the buckle under that little tiny pouch there, but the center with the tie down is right there. And then let's just real quick before we finish off here, let's see how he interacts with this cane or walking stick, whatever you want to call it. And you can see he's holding it, and it's just kind of like loosely in there. Let's see if we push it a little further down, if he gets a better grip on it. Okay, yeah, so I'm putting it in his hand wrong, but you can see he's got a grip on it, holding it, supports the figure. Very good. Now that's his left hand. Let's see how it goes in his right hand. Okay, so he's got a good grip on it on both sides. Like I say it's about the same. I don't see a huge difference between the hand sculpts, but yeah, and the robe has this like gold material. It's golden, and yeah, it almost reminds me of a Snoke robe. There's a Snoke figure that comes with a gold. He's wearing a gold robe, but all right, I'm trying to get his little necklace to sit properly, but all right. Let's give him a final little test here, guys. Let's see, will little Yoda stand on his own? And yes, he will. Very good. All right, and there he is from the Black Series line. This is Yoda Force Spirit. And thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.